Have you ever been talking to someone thinking things are going well, and then suddenly, silence, no explanation, no goodbye, just gone. No calls, no texts, just ghosted. It's one of the most confusing, painful experiences in modern love. You're left hanging, your mind spinning with questions. Why did they disappear? Did I do something wrong? Are they even real? If you've ever been ghosted, you know the ache of that silence, the sudden vacuum where connection used to be. But what if ghosting isn't just a modern dating problem? What if this mysterious vanishing act has roots in ancient history, used deliberately as a tool for control, power, and protection? Today we're diving deep into Cleopatra's 5 untold secrets to ghosting in modern love. Powerful lessons from a woman who wielded ghosting as an unfair advantage in love and war. By the end, you'll see ghosting in a whole new light. Understand the hidden reasons behind it, and learn how to reclaim your power, whether you've been ghosted or you've ghosted someone else. Picture Cleopatra, a queen who ruled one of the richest and most powerful kingdoms in the ancient world. But she wasn't just a ruler. She was a strategist, a seductress, and a master of psychological warfare. Cleopatra didn't just rely on beauty or charm. She used mystery, silence, and timing like weapons. She knew when to show up and when to vanish, keeping powerful men, like Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, on their toes. Her ability to disappear without losing power was her unfair advantage. It's a skill that echoes through time and plays out in modern relationships every day. As we explore each secret, you'll see how Cleopatra's tactics are surprisingly relevant, revealing why ghosting happens. Secret 1. Mystery is power. The unknown is irresistible. Let's start with mystery, the magnetic force behind many ghosting stories. Have you noticed how the most mysterious people often seem the most attractive? It's not a coincidence. Cleopatra was the queen of mystery. When she wasn't immediately accessible, people couldn't help but wonder about her. What she was doing, who she was with, what she really thought. This created a powerful allure. During her famous romance with Mark Antony, Cleopatra didn't always make herself easy to find. Sometimes she would disappear for days, slipping away from the bustle of the Roman political scene. Antony, a powerful general, found himself obsessing over her sudden absences. Was she angry? Was she testing him? Or was she simply playing a game only she understood? That silence made him want her more. Cleopatra's silence was a strategic move to create desire through mystery, a way to keep Antony emotionally tethered, always chasing, always uncertain. In modern love, ghosting often works because of this same principle. Mystery creates a vacuum that our minds rush to fill with thoughts, doubts, and desires. When someone disappears, our brains are wired to want answers, to solve the mystery. This can make us obsess, hold on longer, and feel more attached. If you're the one tempted to ghost, remember that mystery can be powerful, but only in small doses. Too much silence can break trust and create confusion. If you've been ghosted, try to resist the urge to overanalyze or fill the silence with worst-case scenarios. Sometimes, mystery isn't about you. It's about the other person's need for control or space. Secret 2. Testing loyalty and interest. Are you worth my time? Cleopatra was not naive. She knew that people often say what they think you want to hear, especially in love and politics. To protect herself, she tested the loyalty and true interest of those around her, sometimes by disappearing without explanation. When Julius Caesar arrived in Egypt, Cleopatra didn't immediately surrender to the famed Roman general. Instead, she made herself scarce at times, watching to see if Caesar would pursue her despite the silence. This wasn't cruelty. It was a calculated test. Could he endure uncertainty? Did he value her enough to chase? When Caesar kept coming back, unwavering, Cleopatra knew he was a worthy ally and partner. Ghosting can sometimes be a way to test if someone is truly invested, a way to see who will stay when things aren't easy. This kind of ghosting is rooted in fear. The fear of investing in someone who may disappear or hurt us first. If you're ghosted as a test, it hurts. But try to see it as a reflection of the ghoster's fears, not your worth. If you're tempted to ghost to test loyalty, pause. Tests without communication are risky and often backfire. It's better to ask for clarity than to disappear without warning. Secret 3. Fear of emotional intimacy. Distance shields the heart. Behind Cleopatra's strength was a woman wary of emotional vulnerability. Emotional intimacy, while powerful, is also terrifying. It means opening yourself to being seen, flaws and all, and that can be risky. Sometimes the safest choice is to withdraw, to ghost, rather than expose your heart. In her later years with Mark Antony, as their love deepened and complicated, Cleopatra found herself pulling away. When Antony revealed his doubts or fears, she ghosted, withdrawing into silence rather than confronting the messy, emotional truth. Her silence was a shield, a way to protect herself from being hurt or conquered emotionally. Many ghosting incidents stem from a fear of emotional intimacy, a defense mechanism to avoid pain, rejection, or vulnerability. If you feel the urge to ghost, ask yourself, am I running from vulnerability? What am I afraid of revealing? If you've been ghosted, consider that the other person might be protecting themselves, not rejecting you. True connection requires courage. Sometimes, the silence is a call for space, not a final goodbye. Secret 4. Inadequacy. Not enough, so I disappear. Even the most powerful people struggle with feelings of inadequacy. Cleopatra, despite her strength and brilliance, was no exception. Sometimes ghosting is less about the other person and more about internal battles with self-worth. Behind the scenes of her royal court, Cleopatra wrestled with insecurities. Was she smart enough? Beautiful enough? Worthy enough of love and loyalty? When doubts overwhelmed her, she chose silence, a retreat from exposure. She ghosted Antony at times not to punish him, but to protect herself from the pain of feeling inadequate. Ghosting can be a symptom of someone's internal struggle with feeling not enough. It's a defense against rejection. If you're ghosting because of insecurity, be gentle with yourself and seek support to build self-worth. If you've been ghosted, try to see beyond the silence. Their disappearance might reflect their inner battle, not your value. Healing and connection start with compassion for yourself and others. Secret 5. Loss of interest. When the flame fades. Even Cleopatra's legendary passion wasn't immune to fading interest. Not all ghosting is dramatic or cruel. Sometimes it's simply the quiet end of something that once burned bright. As political tides shifted and Antony's empire crumbled, Cleopatra's focus changed. The passionate love story cooled into practical distance. She ghosted Antony, not out of hatred, but because the flame faded and the story ended. Sometimes ghosting is an unspoken way to say, I'm no longer invested. It's easier to disappear than to have difficult conversations. If you've lost interest, honesty is kinder than silence. If you've been ghosted, remember that sometimes people grow apart. It's not always personal. Cleopatra's secrets show us that ghosting isn't just a modern dating issue. It's a timeless dance of power, fear, and love. Her unfair advantage was control over silence and mystery, knowing when to disappear and when to reappear. But today, you have a choice. You can let silence control you, or you can choose communication, courage, and connection. If you've been ghosted, your worth isn't defined by someone's disappearance. If you've ghosted, ask why. Is it fear, power, or pain? And can you face it differently next time? Love is complicated, messy, and sometimes painful. But it's also a chance to grow stronger. Like Cleopatra, you have power. The power to write your story. Not with silence, but with honesty. Are you ready to claim it? If you found Cleopatra's Secrets to Modern Love fascinating, you'll want to dive into another powerful story, Middle-Class Poverty Cycle Explained by Mansa Musa. Discover how one of history's richest men reveals timeless lessons about wealth, mindset, and why so many struggle to escape the middle-class trap. Click now to watch and unlock secrets that could change your financial future forever. Stay untamed.